This on Custom Works, we're looking at the Meat Wagon, we're sorting things out, and I'm going to test something I bought on Wish. Anyway, let's get to the workshop. So in this on Custom Works, what we're going to be looking at is the floor on the Meat Wagon. That differential just ruins everything and comes right up, right in the middle, and we want to make a smooth sort of transition over there with nice obvious steps, and maybe increase our actual floor area, front and back, around that differential bulge in the floor. And also, we're going to be looking at extraction. Meat Wagon's not that big. It's got these two big opening doors on it, but we need some extraction over the area where they put the heat to the meat. So we're going to look at that and see just how we're going to put that extractor into that curved fiberglass roof. Here, we've got to cut these bits back. We've already put this floor in, but we think we can get this a little bit lower around the diff and a little bit closer. And really in here, every inch is worth saving. So let's get this cut out. And let's make a new floor. Okay, and so this is my template. This is pretty much what I want in there. So now all I've got to do is get this and transfer this into some dye bond, and then we can make it, form it, put it in, and then the dye bond won't bring the strength to it, but what will bring the strength is 4 layers of fiberglass. Makes anything strong. And then, you know, that will make the floor really good, really rigid, and mould exactly to the shape we want. And of course, never go rusty. Shape. Now on here, on this really scientific sort of thing, I have got folds. So anything that folds this way, I want to score the top. Anything like this and this, I want to score the back. So let's get scoring, see how good we can get this. And I'm not looking for perfection here. All I'm looking for is something that just fills the hole. And this is like super flexible. Hope you don't fall to bits. Anyway, let's see if we can get it to fit actually in the car. Moment of truth. Let's see if this will actually go in it. Well, it would seem it's a little bit wide, but we'll trim a bit off and see if it will go in. But now, as you can see, we've got lots of little holes and stuff here. So I'm going to make some templates to fill all these holes with dye bond, and then we're ready for some glass. So the floor is now fiberglass, got a good sort of 4-layer glassing on there. So we'll leave that until tomorrow to dry, and then we can actually get in there and start forming out where the worktops are going to go. This is an interlude where we're going to look at something that I bought off Wish. And what did I buy? I bought these like aluminium welding rods things that if you heat up 2 bits of aluminium, it's meant to like weld them together. So let's see if it works. I know it's not going to work, okay, but let's see if this works, if this will stick these two together. Plenty of people on YouTube claiming it does work. Okay then, so first off we've got to make sure these are really, really clean. So get the DA on and we'll clean them up. All nice and clean, sanded off. And then, would it be ridiculously optimistic of me to think I can stick that onto there? Well, let's see if I can. So we'll get something to prop this up, and then we'll heat this up right at the edge of the bench there. We'll heat this up, and we'll see if we can stick that to there. I'm using butane propane normal blow lamp, and here is the rod from Wish, which we heat this up in the thing, and when we just go, and it solders it. That's what happens in the little video on Wish. Anyway, let's have a look. So then, preheat the aluminium. And just here, these 2 bits of aluminium are actually touching, so I'm going to try and get some of this to actually tin to that part. Now here we go. Now look, this is going soft. It's looking like something might happen. But before this melts, you see, the aluminium melts. So this has melted the aluminium when this only went soft. So, and let's just see how good the bond is here. This doesn't work. So, if anywhere else says this works, I'm telling you now it doesn't. I tried it on some thicker aluminium, and on thicker aluminium, just nothing happens. You can get the little rod to go soft and bend a bit. That's it. But now, let's have a look at a way you can join 2 bits of like very thin aluminium. Really easy, really cheap, and I guarantee it'll work. So then, if I want to join 2 pieces of aluminium together, what I can do is just mitre fix them. So then, same aluminium, same test. So I go along with the mitre fix there. Oh, this almost looks like the stuff looks on the advert on Wish. I'll spray the activator on there and we just give that a minute. So we've done that on that side, then we flip it around and we'll run some down the other side. And we wait for a minute. Okay then, so a few minutes later I come back and that is pretty well stuck. That's stuck together like, I think if I pushed on this, you know, I'd break it. But if you want to just connect some thin aluminium together, just rough it up and then super glue it. It's going to be a lot easier than that. Anyway, let's get back to the Meat Wagon. Okay, and so today what I'm going to do, I'm going to be putting the extractor in the roof of the Meat Wagon. So I've got to cut a hole in the roof. So probably what I'm going to do first is, primarily, I want it to look nice from in here, and if it's a bit out of line up there, I'm not too bothered. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to measure a centre here, drill a hole, that will give me a circle, mark it out on the roof, and then jigsaw a hole in this quite strong roof. And obviously this is never going to be seen from the roof, it's only really going to be seen in here, and that's why I want it to look nice on this side. Okay then, so there's my centre mark. So I'm going to drill through there, and I'll be able to see the hole on the top, draw it out, cut it out. Okay then, so up on the Meat Wagon roof, and there's our hole cut out. You can see I have caught some of the framework in there, but I don't think any of that's going to be a problem, and it is still super strong. However, this is like bowed, the roof is. The mount for this extractor is flat, so I've got to make like an adapter plate to fit to this curve and fit to the extractor. So let's get to the bench, see what we're going to do. Right, and so first up, I've got to cut like a flange to fit onto this that I can mould to the roof. So, as with every problem, the solution is nearly always die bond. I'll drop this on here, draw around it, and then I'll cut this disc out with the jigsaw. Okay then, so I'll cut that out and then I'll bond it on the roof, and then we've got the start of, certainly on the outside, the thing, I'm going to have to do this on the inside as well, because of course it curves on the outside, curves on the inside, so I'm going to have to make the two bits so that it fits together in a sort of factory way. So I made this disc of die bond, and what I'm going to do, and I fit this on here, I'm going to put a screw here, a screw there, and then I'm going to pack around here with filler and then glass it all in, and that should give me a nice flat surface to actually attach to. And look, in here, we can go in and see the Meat Wagon from inside. Got this ring on now, and I've just used some normal sort of Bondo filler there, just to like pack it off from this curved roof. And what I'm going to do now is go over all of this in some fiberglass so we never get any leaks or anything, and make it a lot better. What I've also done is I rolled this piece of aluminium just to make this through, because there's a few layers to this roof, so I thought, well, I shall cover those up so it just goes extractor straight through into the mesh on the ceiling, and there's no, you know, everything looks nice if you look through the mesh. And I think we can even look through here, and then maybe you can take a look back there. You can probably see me, and it's all looking pretty nice inside as well. that's come out quite well. The aluminium's been trimmed back, and then I filled this on the inside, and this will be cleaned up and finished, and the grill will go on it as the van's finished. But that has worked out quite well. And on the top as well, I've glassed that in, covered it in a coat of grey top coat. It's used on fiberglass flat roofing, and that's really good on fiberglass. It just stops sun getting to it, stops it going brittle. So down the centre of the roof, that is all painted in that and fully sealed. Nothing's going to leak. We're not going to get any UV damage. Covered it in this grey top coat to the fiberglass, and also we've mounted onto the hole that we've made. We've mounted the mounting plate to the extractor. So I've got here, and that sort of centres on there and fits on there, and that's it. The extraction for the Meat Wagon is done. Obviously there's a wiring, but Hot Rod legend Lee Cox will sort that out. Alright, and so that's it. That's all for this week. I'll be back next week. More crazy stuff. Making more crazy stuff. Well, hardly crazy, was it? Making a bit of floor. Join me next week for more excitement and thrills on Paul Bacon's Custom Works. And also in the meantime, don't forget, press subscribe, do the love heart button, bell icon, all of that sort of thing. I'll be back next week. Until then, I thank you very much and good night.